How's everybody doing? God bless. The Smiths. D, how you doing? John, how you doing? Pamela, God bless. Hugo, Peter, God bless. Diane, Ragamuffin, Jeff. Good to see everybody's here. D, Deb, how you doing? Ann up. God bless. Freya, Tom, Helen, Kingdom Daughter, God bless. Stacy, Serena, how you doing? Susan, God bless. P. Mick, God bless. How's everybody doing? Delilah, God bless. Yafa, God bless. D. Ella, Ellie, how you doing? Stefferson, Rob, how's everybody doing? God bless, Jeff. Hope you're all doing well. Ty, Lala, Laura, Bobby, Wayne, God bless. Tina, God bless. Mary, how you doing? Southern Illinois. Yours truly, how you doing? God bless, yours truly. Bobby, Lori, Dee, nice. Robert. This just came out today. I'll get started. This just came out today. It says Doomsday Clock today. Doomsday Clock today says are Putin's threats pushing it closer to midnight. This came out today, and as we see, closer to midnight. This was in January. This article is from today, as you can see right here, 210 or 10:06 right here. This is from today. In January, it was 100 seconds from midnight. And in this article says that Putin's threats are pushing it closer to midnight. This is also an iPad GOAT right here. You have the Doomsday Clock, or you have the clock at midnight right here. This is also in the classroom. Closer to midnight, this is when the wave comes in. This is when the wave comes in right here. America flag ripped. And you see the clock right here is at midnight. It's exactly what they're saying here, right here. The Doomsday Clock today, as Putin's threats pushing it closer to midnight. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm going to go over a lot of it. This is all stuff that's sent from me from John, Gina, Jeff, bunch of people, both Jeffs, Jeffrey and Jeff, Michael, everyone. Plus, there's stuff that I've seen myself. I truthfully am looking at the full moon right here. Here we are right here. I'm looking at the full moon right here. I think it's the 10th because of the new moon spotted. I believe it's right in here. Me and Jeff were talking about that today, or the other day we were talking about it. He was saying it's more of the 10th, the full moon, because of the new moon spotted. Could be Taco Tuesday. We will see. We know that everything's going on right now. The full moon's also an IPEC goat many of times. The stock market, the oil, right here, cutting off the oil. Cutting off the oil, as many people sent me, which everybody knows. They've cut back 2 million barrels of oil. We'll see what happens. The stock market. This is going on right now, and I'll go over this in a minute. The oil is being cut off. And the stock market went down again today. I know it did go up Monday and Tuesday, but it went down today. We'll see what happens. This also was on August 7th. Doomsday clock. Vladimir Putin is not afraid to use nukes. He could launch strikes very soon to warn top Britons. This is one article. This is this right here. This is China. This was 1 day ago. This is 1 day ago right here. This is in Syria. This is in Syria, and this is something that I've been watching. It says, according to Tuesday reports, the Arabs, upon directives of the Syrian president Bashar Assad, the drills were conducted on combat training of Syria. This was a drill yesterday in Syria. Right here, Syria conducted a live fire and drills in Syria, according to the reports. So there's things that are going on right now, and this is another thing that I'm watching. Right here, this is Musha. He has a channel. It's called Israel Biblical Prophecy right here. This was just a few hours ago.
There's a chance of a fairly rapid outbreak of war between Hezbollah and Israel. Israel is sending a lot of reinforcements, already has done so, to the northern border with Lebanon, and Hezbollah is on high alert. Apparently this maritime treaty over water rights has fallen apart. The Americans were acting as negotiators, and there's a substantial threat of war. Our interim Prime Minister Yair Lapid may do a preemptive strike at Hezbollah to knock out their supply of missiles and rockets, which is north of 150,000. But the vast majority of them are simple Katyusha type rockets with very small range. They cover very small, short distances, but they do have some sophisticated stuff. A scary amount. Yemen has also made a veiled threat to attack us, the Houthi rebels, I guess, in Yemen. I don't know what they could possibly do, but they're talking that they have missiles that could reach Israel, probably Eilat or the south of Israel. Getting a drink of water. America's in constant contact with Israel and Hezbollah and Yemen and Lebanon, because they're trying to calm the situation down, because they're afraid that they're going to wear it if it breaks out to war, which they probably were part of the problem. Israel never should have used the Americans to negotiate it, but I don't think Israel had a lot of choice of, whether or not.
So thank you, Musha, and that's it. That's Israel Bible Prophecy, Musha. Thank you, Musha. I've been watching this also. Says right here, this was 5 hours ago. It says hostile Israel warplanes penetrated the airspace of Lebanon and flew over occupied Syria Golan this morning. A few minutes ago, they penetrated the Lebanese air and flew over occupied Golan Heights. I've been watching this situation, and as I said, I've also saw this right here. Syria has conducted, Assad conducted their military drills. This was yesterday. This could start stuff going down over there in Israel, and as I showed you, Musha was saying that this is going to happen very shortly. That's what he was talking about. So also right here, I showed you the warplanes. Right here, they are talking about it, as I said before, right here. On the other hand, if it is to be war, this is how our side feels about it. So right here, they're already expecting it. This was 6 hours ago. These negotiations are a waste of time. It represents to you our solution. So what he was saying, Musha was saying about they were negotiating about the oil over in the Mediterranean. They are done negotiating, and this is their solution. This is exactly what Musha was talking about right here. So this was 6 hours ago. It's done. So Hezbollah is the one that's got all the rockets right here. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the full moon, the hunter moon in October, full moon in Aries. The full moon is in Aries. So that's what I'm looking at. Something to go down this weekend, as I have talked about before. This is a doomsday clock, as I showed. That is these days right here. Jeff was saying it was more towards the 10th. We will see. Taco Tuesday, maybe. As I showed, this is an iPet Goat. The full moon, the doomsday clock at midnight. Vladimir Putin has said he first strike, no problem. There's activity in China also, over in Taiwan. In this right here, this was given to me by, there's quite a few articles. This was given to me by John. Thank you, John. Which I watch him anyway, but thank you, John.
Well, a Russian nuclear military train has been spotted on the move, according to reports. This is coming from Insider Paper and also from the Daily Mail. Footage of a massive freight train carrying specialist military equipment associated with Russia's Defense Ministry Nuclear Weapons Division has been spotted on the move, raising fears of an escalation in the conflict from President Vladimir Putin's forces, according to media reports. According to Daily Mail, a series of BPM-97 armored personnel carriers, those are APCs,
Thanks,
and other
Gina.
military vehicles were seen traveling through central Russia in a clip
Thanks,
posted
Jim.
on the Telegram messaging app
Tina.
by pro-Russian channel Rabar on Sunday. It comes as NATO has warned member states that Russia's cutting-edge Belgorod nuclear submarine has left its White Sea base, and key Putin ally has said Russia's military should use low-yield nuclear weapons
Jim, God bless.
in Ukraine, according to the Daily Mail. The movement of heavy
D, God bless. So yeah, Amazing Grace, God bless. So everything they're talking about is a nuclear event. Many people sent me this, Gina and other people. I did see it. Biden administration quietly stockpiles nuclear emergency drugs. So this just came out. Many people have said this. I did know about it yesterday. and then other people sent it to me, but I was going to make a video today and I figured I'd put everything on one. So yeah, they're stockpiling drugs. Nuke medicine, whatever that is. This is another thing. This is in North Korea. This was today.
Xi Jinping has another problem to worry about ahead of his big day. North Korea. Pyongyang has stepped up missile launches in recent weeks. In 12 days, we have witnessed 6 launches. There are growing fears that Kim Jong-un is planning a nuclear test. And it might happen during China's Communist Party Congress. Here's a report.
North Korea's dictator wants the world's attention. Kim Jong-un has tried every trick in the book, from flashy videos to provocative statements.
In particular, the nuclear forces, the symbol of our national strength and the core of our military power, should be strengthened.
But none of those tricks seem to have worked. Kim Jong-un only has one option left, and he could be seriously considering it: a full-fledged nuclear test. The signals from Pyongyang are alarming. The regime has intensified missile launches by firing at least 6 ballistic missiles in less than 2 weeks. One of those missiles flew over Japan and triggered a serious security crisis. Tokyo has reason to believe a nuclear test could come next.
We did not discuss the possibility of a nuclear test, but will remain alert for further provocations by North Korea.
We believe that North Korea may engage in further provocative activities in the future, including conducting nuclear tests.
Japan's neighbor, South Korea, seems to concur. The country's spy agency recently submitted an assessment to the parliament. It says Pyongyang is ready for a nuclear test, and it could detonate a bomb between the 16th of October and the 7th of November. If it happens, this will be North Korea's 7th nuclear test. But China will not respond kindly to a test on October 16th. That's the date when the party officials will gather in Beijing for their 20th Congress. And if the past is any indicator, China can punish North Korea for stealing the limelight. North Korea had conducted its last nuclear test back in 2017. At that time, China was preparing to host leaders of the BRICS nations, and Xi Jinping was set to be confirmed as the leader of the Communist Party for a second term. Beijing's response was fierce. It joined the US-led United Nations Security Council sanctions. They cut off North Korea's fuel supply. However, in 5 years, the situation has changed dramatically. The war in Ukraine has divided the world. But for Pyongyang, there is a strategic opening. It has built a tighter alliance with China and Russia. The US says the two powers are actively protecting North Korea at the Security Council now.
This is a clear effort by China and Russia to reward DPRK for their bad actions and cannot be taken seriously by this council. The DPRK has enjoyed.
So this has been going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. This is another thing. This talks about the Poseidon sub.
September. It's been over a month since the Ukrainian forces began pressing ahead with their advances in the east. And Russia, for its part, has formally annexed 4 parts of Ukrainian eastern regions. The analysts now believe that the war has become riskier and may in fact take a pretty dangerous turn ahead. In the latest, NATO has expressed concerns about the movements of a Russian nuclear submarine. And according to a report by the Italian newspaper La Repubblica, NATO has sent an intelligence note to its member nations, and the note reportedly warns NATO members of the mobilization of the T-329 Belgorod, The sources say that this submarine that was launched in the month of July is now in the Arctic waters. But what is this Russian submarine that has unnerved the 30-member military alliance doing in the Arctic waters? Now, for one, the Belgorod is the world's largest nuclear-powered submarine. It is reportedly 184 meters long and 15 meters wide. Now, despite its dimensions, it can actually travel at a speed of about 60 kilometers per hour. Moreover, it can also stay underwater for about 120 days. Now, the Belgorod is also the carrier of what is known as Russia's weapon of apocalypse, the Poseidon nuclear missile. The NATO is suspecting that Russia is in fact testing the Poseidon missile. The super torpedo is an unmanned underwater vehicle, more like an underwater drone. And reports say that it is capable
Mariah,
of
God bless. Stephanie, God bless.
10,000 kilometers in terms of distance underwater before exploding near the coast, causing what is being described as a radioactive tsunami. In the month of March in 2018, Russian President Vladimir Putin had unveiled new super weapons. The Poseidon missile was one of them.
So I showed this before. Many people have. Then this was today. I thought this was very good. I do subscribe, and this is exactly what they're talking about. Everybody's talking about this.
Що повинна робити НАТО? Унеможливлювати застосування Росією ядерної зброї. Але, можливо, я ще раз звертаюсь до міжнародної спільноти. Як це було до 24-го? Превентивні удари, щоб вони знали, що з ними буде, якщо вони застосують, а не навпаки. Чекати ядерних ударів Росію, щоб потім сказати, ах ти так, ну ось тримай від нас. Переглянути застосування свого тиску. Ось я вважаю, що повинна робити НАТО. Переглянути порядок застосування.
So there you go. They're all escalating it. It's all
Що
show.
повинна
I agree. I believe it's all show. Charles, God bless. So everything's being escalated right now. Are people in their bunkers? I saw a video about this saying they are in their bunkers. I don't know if they are or not, but you know, like I said, people say they are. I don't know. So Zelenka right here,
робити НАТО.
he's talking about, you know, they should nuke Russia. This is just escalating things. And the Bible talks about it. And this is what the Bible says is going to happen. We are taken out in 1 hour, as the Bible says. He's not afraid to use nukes, could launch a strike very soon. And we know from the Bible that America's taken out. And like I said, I am watching what's going on over in the Middle East. Also, there's we sent 2 aircraft carriers. We sent 2 aircraft carriers over here to the over here by Taiwan. There was a ship just delivered there. So we'll see what happens. And the Doomsday sub, they don't know where it's at. Right here, the Russian nuclear sub, they don't know where it's at. As it says right here in the headlines, it says the nuclear submarine. It's actually the Belgrade, but it's the Poseidon torpedo. Disappeared, radioactive. It disappeared, so they don't know where it's at. So, like I said, this is the days I'm watching. This weekend, we'll see what happens. You know, people say we're a month off, but they said that last year. I'm watching the full moon. As I talk to other people about, the Bible talks about the full moon and the new moon. Those are the 2 days that I'm watching. The new moon's down here. If we are a month off, the new moon would be here, but I'm watching here because everything that's going on. Trump does have two rallies, and they're actually the 8th and the 9th. We'll see what happens. So it's good to see everybody. The sub, they don't know where it is, Penny. They just know that it left the dock. Once it gets those underwater, they've been trying to track it. I know that people have said by certain other channels that they've had the Doomsday plane up, trying to track stuff. So we'll see. Yeah, off the New York coast. Yep, it's probably ready. So we'll see what happens. As I said right here, the Hunter's moon is in October. His full moon is in Aries. I thought that's very interesting. So, Nell, good seeing you, brother. Good seeing everybody. Amazing Grace, Bride for Jesus. God bless. So, there's a lot of stuff going on. The oil, the stock market. Like I said, it went down 1,500 last week. Monday and Tuesday, I think it came up about 1,000, but it's still below 20. It's 29, so it's below. It's the lowest it's been. For a long time. It's the lowest it's been. It's been going back and forth a little bit, but it's still low. 29. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If we're still here Monday, see what happens at Trump this weekend. We'll see what happens. So, like I said, this is an iPad Goat. The oil, the clock on the clock tower right here. It's midnight, just what they're talking about right now. Doomsday clock at midnight. This is exactly what they're talking about. There's many articles about this. Putin threatens to push to midnight. Exactly what it shows here. When the flag, and these are the waves right here. The waves. There's many of articles about Putin saying a first strike. First strike. He's not afraid for a first strike. China. Here's China right here. They met together. Our oil went up. Nuclear train. Here's the drugs. Nuclear drugs are for emergency. That's iodine and other things. The sub, Zelenka, the Ukraine guy, whatever. He's saying right here, they can use nuclear weapons on Russia, but what is important is egging things on. We'll see what happens. Playing his part right here. So God bless. It's good everybody could talk. I've been talking for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So everything that's going on, there's more stuff that's going on, stuff that I've missed. So thank you, Tina. Thank you, Narrow Way. Thank you, DJ. Good seeing you. Jeff, Gina, God bless. Michelle, Freya. D, God bless. Peter, thank you, Peter. Darlene, Jeff, thank you. Everybody have a good night. Keep looking up. God bless.